Good evening again, everyone. My name is James Oluwole, and it's a pleasure that we are joining today at the James Oluwole Leadership Masterclass. Great connecting with everyone on our Facebook, on our Zoom platform, and also on our WhatsApp platform. And for our audience that will be connecting and watching this recorded version on the YouTube, it's a great pleasure that you're connecting with me today. And we're looking at a very interesting topic, the core of greatness, building leadership on character, integrity, competence, and loyalty. This is a very interesting subject for me in person, and I can guarantee to us all that it's going to be a very engaging and an experience that we would all have today. As a way of introduction, as we look into the masterclass section today, I'm looking at 4 key pillars to greatness in life. Every lasting greatness in any field is built from inside before it is seen outside. The truth is that leadership is not a product of position. It's not a product of title or influence. It's rather a reflection of one's effectiveness in leadership. Leadership is as a result of our effectiveness, and how transformational we are as a leader determines how far we can go. And let me quickly clarify that when we talk about leadership, it does not mean you have to hold a position before you are a leader. As much as you are already taking responsibility even for yourself, you are already leading. So leadership, it's an ability to take responsibility and to influence people. Once you have the ability to influence somebody, you are already a leader. And the foundation of every great and successful person lies not in charisma, but in character. And not in connection, but in conviction. Not in skills alone, but in substance. And that's the reality. Please, I want you to understand that character, integrity, competence, and loyalty, they are not just virtues. They are value systems and principles of life that determine how successful people think, how successful people act, how successful people respond in moments of pressures and opportunities. Now, there is this 4 pillars of sustainability success, which we talked about, which is character. And character, it shapes your identity and consistency when no one is watching. This is what character is. When we talked about character, it shapes you. It shapes your identity when no one is watching. Integrity preserves your trustworthiness and credibility even before people and before God. Competence establishes your excellence and effectiveness in delivering results. And loyalty defines your commitment to people, purpose, and principles even in trying times. When these 4 pillars are developed and aligned, leadership becomes not just influential, but effective and transformational. The goal of this section is to help you understand that greatness is not achieved by ambition or wish thinking. It's not about wishing. You want to become great? It's not an ambition, but cultivating and building strong inner values that sustain your outward person, that sustain your outward outlook, your outward personality. So therefore, what is character? Character is the moral and ethical quality of a person that determines how you think, how you act, and how you respond, especially when there is no one watching. This is what character is. It is a moral and ethical qualities that determines and defines how do you think, how do you walk, how do you react, how do you respond when no one is watching. It is the sum total of one's value, beliefs, habits, and your choices that reflect who you truly are and not just how you appear. According to John Wooden, it says character is doing what is right even when it costs you. Character is built on daily basis. Character is what shows up in your action, especially when no one is keeping record. When no one is keeping record, what shows up? So it is something you do when no one is checking on you. It's not something you do with an intention because it's in you. That is what character is. Your character is the foundation, while everything else is decoration. Everything about our lives, everything about your business, everything about your career, it's a decoration because it's centered on character. Skills, talents, relationships, influence, the grace of God can take you to the top. It can take you to the highest of your business and careers. Skills can take you. The hand of God can help you. You can encounter favor in your career, in your ministry, but the choice and the ability to sustain that level of success or greatness, it requires strong character and integrity. Never attempt to become great if you are not ready to commit to building your character foundation on the basis of discipline, integrity, and ethical values, because your falling is inevitable, and even God cannot help a person that lacks good character. Character is the invisible foundation that sustains your visible success. Don't dream of owning a big organization. Don't dream of having a big business or leading as a top management executive if you are not ready to work on your character. This is why this subject is important. And we are ending it because, you see, we are positioning ourselves as we are transitioning even into 2026. I'm going to tell you that we are building every principles and value systems that is going to make us be unique. And let me quickly also say this, that I am treating this subject even as a student of these values. I am a student of character. I'm still growing in my character, life. I am growing on integrity. I'm growing on my competency. So I'm not speaking as an authority in this subject. I am also a student in this. So we are all in the same game as we game, and at the same level as we keep building on this. These are the foundations that determine greatness. What are the things you did yesterday that portrayed your true character today? What are the things? If we unfold and check your records yesterday, what are the things you did yesterday that portrayed your character today? What are the things that you are doing today on your character for a better tomorrow? Character requires daily discipline. And I need you to understand that you need to stop chasing success when you have failed to chase character. I see many young people, they are chasing success. They want to become great. That's fantastic. They have a big dreams, but they are failing to work on the areas of their character. If you have access to power, influence, money, and you lack character and integrity, I can tell you that you are a time bomb waiting to be exploded. What is integrity? Integrity is the alignment between your words, between your values and actions. They are not separated. Integrity is the alignment between your words, your values, and your actions. Your words and your actions must align, and it must be seen by everyone. It is a state of being whole. It is a state of being consistent. It is a state of being trustworthy in all situations. Let me say that integrity is not just telling the truth. Integrity is living the truth. Please permit me, as we go into this engagement today, there is going to be a lot of insights that we are going to be unfolding as we learn on the subject of character, integrity, and competence. And these are the three I'll be dealing with today. And in our part 2, we are going to round up with loyalty and the interconnection between character, integrity, competence, and loyalty. It's not a section you would also want to miss. Integrity is doing the right thing even when no one is watching you. Integrity is doing the right thing even when it hurts. Integrity is not convenient and may not be rewarded, but it is certainly the right thing. It may not be rewarded. It may not be convenient, but I can tell you, friend, it is still the right thing. It hurts in the short time, but rewarding in the long time. Integrity is what gives credibility to your character. It is the bridge between what you say and what you do. Integrity. Character is the foundation, while integrity is the fruits. Character is what is in you, but integrity shows to the world on a consistent basis to validate what is in you. Yes, character will say, this is who I am, but integrity is what the world will see. So integrity gives credibility to character. When you find someone at any level that don't want to be held accountable, don't want to give or don't want to accept feedback, they also lack courage to speak truth to people, even when it is hard. They know that their integrity is a deception and not real. When you have somebody that cannot accept accountability, is not ready to be held accountable. When you have someone that do not want to receive constructive feedback and they lack the ability to speak truth even in difficult moments, forget who, however they may be, their integrity is questionable and is a deception. Many think that by not taking the organization money is integrity. By not taking your parents' money, by not taking your church or your wherever you are, is integrity. No. You are just following the rules and the policy of the organization by being obedient. That you did not pick what does not belong to you. That is a laid down policy. That does not define completely your integrity, because that is at an elementary level. Your true integrity shows by taking tough and difficult decisions. That is the most ethical thing to do, even in a challenging time. Devoid of emotions and personal interest. That is what integrity is. That at a difficult moment, you are still ready to segregate, to avoid, to remove emotion. You are not controlled by emotion. You are not allowing your emotion to control you. Your decisions are being objectives. Your decisions are being, it can be tested at every ethical level that yes, you did it. Do you have the courage to speak truth to people even when it is hard? Do you? From my personal observation, when one has character and integrity, the likelihood of you becoming successful person in life is close to 50 to 60, between 50 to 60% above, because you have the core foundation of achieving successes in any field. Integrity does not keep you out of the storm. Let me say this quickly. It doesn't keep you out of the storm. The fact that you have integrity, expect that the storm would happen, but it keeps you from drowning. When you have integrity, even in the midst of challenges, you have peace. When your actions align with your principles, you will go to sleep at night in peace. Even when the world is shaking because of you have nothing to hide. Let the auditors come. Let them bring whatever. You have nothing to hide. You will go to your bed peacefully. There are many people that they can't sleep at night. They may look great outside. Why? Because every time they are watching their back as a result of some unethical and lack of integrity decisions they have made. I don't respect people no matter the level of their wealth if they lack integrity and competence and character. Integrity does not keep you, as I said, out of the storm. Integrity is not by having all the receipts of expenditure and you have them calculated correctly. You may calculate all the expenses of the business correctly, but that does not mean you are a person of integrity. Balancing your account does not mean you are a person of integrity. Receipts can be manufactured anywhere. As a leader, do you scrutinize and you do proper audits of expenses to validate if each of the transactions are genuine and every penny spent can be fully justified? Don't tell me that, our accounts are balancing. Can you justify every expenditure? Do you conduct a verification to ensure that individuals below you are not subverting the organization? They are not subverting, they are not taking advantage of systems and bending the rules for their own selfishness. So if you want to have these values, they are critical as we continue to build our transformation in our leadership. And quickly, let's look at the values of character and integrity. I will share a few of them. One of the values of character and integrity is the value of honesty. The value of honesty. Honesty is the quality of being truthful. It's being sincere, being straightforward in one's word and action. It involves a commitment to tell the truth even when it is hard. To be honest is to be authentic. Do you live what you communicate? Do you live what you communicate and teach? Do you? According to John Maxwell, he says authenticity doesn't guarantee your success in life, but lack of authenticity guarantees your failure in life. It may not guarantee your success, but when you don't have it, your failure is inevitable. The second value of character and integrity is the value of trust. Are you trustworthy and reliable? Can we trust you? Our relationship with God is based on grace, but our relationship with people is based on trust. People will not follow you because you are their leaders or because they like you. People will only follow you because they can trust you. They don't follow people because you have position. They might be saying yes sir to you, but they will follow you because they trust you. Are you a person what? Trusted? Frederick Neshiat, permit me as I pronounce this. He says something, and I read this yesterday. My wife was reading a book, and we caught this, and I thought to put it down here. And he said, I am not upset that you lied to me. I am only upset that from now on, I can't believe in you. I am not upset that you lied to me, but I am upset that from now on, I can't believe in you. Never get to this level in your life where you can no longer be trusted. Never. Don't get to that level in your life that we can't trust you. Are you reliable? Can we trust you? Do we know that you will show up even in difficult and tough times? Will you show up? The next value, which is number 3, the value of courage and discipline. Do you have the courage to stand for what is right and speak truth, even when everyone is against you? Do you have the courage to inform your spouse what he or she is doing is wrong? Do you have the courage to do things others say are impossible? To make tough decisions that will save the organization? Do you have the courage? When things are not going well, can you stand in and say, I'm going to fight and make this to be the right thing to be done? Courage is another value of integrity and character. And the number 4 is the value of fairness. Do you treat people fairly and objectively? We must stop treating people equally, but rather we must treat them fairly. Do you allow your emotion to lead you in making decisions rather than looking at issues from a fair, balanced, and objective basis? So the number 4 is the value of fairness. Number 5, the value of respect, humility. We have the value of responsibilities and the rest of it. For the sake of time, there are 3 traits that defines a leader's integrity, a leader of integrity. There are 3 traits. And this is according to Jim Rohn. He said there are 3 traits that defines a leader of integrity. Number 1, the number 1 trait is they have transparency over perfection. People don't need you to be flawless. And I need everyone on this platform to listen to me. Please, we don't need you to be a perfect person. People don't need you to be flawless, that you don't commit error. No. There is no one that is perfect. They need you to be real, to be genuine, to be open. That even in the state of your vulnerability, you are willing to speak truth. You are willing to be open and to tell people this is who you are. That is what people want. Transparency over perfection. Are you the kind of person that you are transparent? It's unfortunate that we're in the world today that everyone is faking everything. People are faking it. You said you can do something and when you engage them, they can't. Why? Lack of transparency. People don't need, when you make a mistake and you don't have the answers to your error, just admit it and apologize and move on. We are not perfect. We are not looking for a perfection, but rather we are looking for a transparent person. And this is what we want to build in us. So that is number 1 trait of a leader or a person with integrity. Number 2 is making decisions that matches your values and don't compromise your principle for popularity. That's the second trait of a leader with integrity. You are making decisions that matches your value. You are not making decisions out of popularity for what the people will like you of. No. It's as a result of your ability to show that yes, you are a person of value. You respect and your principles are key to you. Don't say one thing in the public and something else in the private. Making decisions that align with your convictions are key. And number 3, courage to confront what is wrong. Do you have the trait of courage to confront what is wrong? If something violates your values, do you speak up even when it is uncomfortable? Or it may even cost you, do you speak up? These are critical issues and it's important that we understand them. And I need us also to understand that when you lack integrity and character, success is going to be a challenge. Success without integrity and character is failure in disguise. When you lack character and integrity and you are a person of success, I can tell you that failure is in disguise. A lack of character and integrity may open doors quickly, but it closes them permanently. Character is not built overnight. It is developed daily through choices. What choices are you making today? What choices am I making today? Integrity is not taught, it is caught through consistent living. You don't teach integrity in schools. It's as a result of your consistent life, your consistent living. True success is not about what you achieve, but who you become when achieving it. In every sphere of your career, your business, your ministry, your leadership, and in every aspect of your life, character and integrity are strong pillars of greatness. They are the currency of trust, the foundation of influence, the soul to sustainable success. Character and integrity, they are the currency of trust. They are the foundation of influence, and they are the soul to sustainable success. Leading with integrity may not make you popular. That's the truth. You can have the crowd and many followers as a result of you have charisma, you are eloquent, your voice is great. You can have the crowd, but you grow your legacy through character and integrity. Legacy is built on character and integrity. It's not built on eloquence. It's not built on popularity. If you are not leading with integrity, you are just chasing and managing shadows that will never last. If you are not leading with integrity, you are chasing and managing shadows that will never last. Friend, I encourage us today, let's build integrity and character. And what are the importance of integrity and character? Quickly. In career, it builds trust and credibility among employees, colleagues, and clients. Anyone in career, when you have integrity and character, trust and credibility is built. People respect you. People love you. Your organization, your employers, they value you. They respect you for who you are. It determines long-term success and promotion. Skills may get you hired, but character keeps you employed. Skills may get you hired, but it is character that will keep you employed. It helps in handling pressure and ethical dilemmas professionally. When you're in a difficult moment, your integrity and character will help you to navigate. In business, it creates brand reputation and customer loyalty. That's what character does, and integrity. It ensures transparency and accountability in operations. It attracts investors, partners, and clients who value trust. You want to have a sustainable growth in business? Please build it on character and integrity. When you build on character and integrity, fraud, risks are reduced, scandals are reduced. And in leadership also, character and integrity is everything. People will not follow you until they are willing and able to trust you. So, as I conclude on character and integrity, my encouragement to you is that these are the key pillars to your greatness. And I encourage everyone, including myself, that on a daily basis, we have to keep building on this. Let's quickly look at competence. Competence is the combination of knowledge. It's the combinations of skills, abilities, behaviors, and attitudes that enable an individual to perform a task successfully and effectively. That's what competence is. Competence is one of the cornerstones of success in leadership, career, and personal growth. Every organization appreciates competent people because they are individuals who not only know what to do, but they are able to do it well. They are able to do it consistently and with confidence. Competence turns knowledge into values, skills into results, and experience into excellence. Competence, it turns knowledge into value, skills into results, and experience into excellence. Are you a person of competence? Do you have competence in you? What are you doing on a daily basis to build competence? It is not just about knowing what to do. It is about knowing how to do it, when to do it, and why does it matter. It is a proof of capacity, but being able to do it well, repeatedly and responsibly. According to John Maxwell, he says competence is the foundation of credibility. Both competence and integrity, they are foundations of credibility. Until you are good at what you do, people will not trust you. They will not trust what you say until you are good at what you do. People will not trust you because they want to see you doing it and doing it well and living by it, not just doing it. Why does competence matter? It leads to efficiency and high performance. That's why it matters. It builds trust and confidence among colleagues and stakeholders. When you are a competent person, it enhances your career growth and leadership effectiveness. Your career growth is guaranteed. Your effectiveness in leadership is guaranteed if you are a person of competence. It ensures quality and consistency in organizational results. You are always thinking of solution. You are always thinking of the creativity. It boosts personal satisfaction and self-belief. When you are a competent person, you feel fulfilled. You have a self-belief. You are excited. And that is why competence is very important. Now, there is a fourth stage of competence, and I would like to run through that. It is called the competence model. Please, I want everyone to learn this because you see, many of us, we have been living in ignorance. Many of us have been living in a state and not understanding our competence level because it is in stages. The number one stage of competence is what we call unconscious incompetence. Unconscious incompetence, and it says you don't know what you don't know. The number one stage is that when you are a person that you don't even know something and you don't even know that you don't know, then you are under the stage one on the competence model, which calls it unconscious incompetence. You are incompetent and you don't even know that you are incompetent. And unfortunately, we have many people in this category. They don't know it. And they don't even admit to the fact that they don't know it. And they are not willing to learn. Are you in that category? At this stage, you are unaware of your lack of skills. You may think you are competent because it is deceptive, but you are not. At this level, what you need is you need to humble yourself. You need to understand that you need to be teachable and developing the awareness of what you need to learn. Many people are full of pride. They don't know and they are not willing to know. And they have the deception that they know it. Why not open up? Why not show transparency? Unconscious incompetence. The number two stage of the competence model. It says conscious incompetence. It says you know what you don't know. At this point, you know something. That, oh, this thing exists, but you don't know how to do it. For instance, you know that driving, you need to learn, you need to be able to drive to get to work. So you are aware that for you to drive, you have to be holding the steering. But can you drive is a different thing. You cannot drive. It's different from a child who is in a state of a childhood and does not know that it is the steering you need to hold that will guide you and navigate you to drive. So The small child is in a state of unconscious incompetence because he doesn't even know that he needs to hold the steering. He doesn't know that he needs to press the throttle and the brake. But for you, you are now on stage 2 where you know that yes, you need the steering to drive the car. You need to know how to press the throttle, to press the brakes. But can you drive? Can you drive? Can you change your gears? So you are in a state of conscious, but you are incompetent. And we also have people in that state. And one of the challenges of these people is that they are failing to learn. The people in this category, they feel that they know, even when they know that they don't know it. Why can't you be humble to learn? Why can't you just submit to coaching, to mentorship? Seek from your colleagues. If they know it much better than you, stop faking it. Yes, you may be the boss, you may be the supervisor. If you don't know it, you don't know it. Please humble yourself and go and learn. Don't be in a state of conscious incompetence. No, everything can be learned. And even if you can't learn, then acknowledge it and allow those that can do it to do it. Don't do it when it is not your strength zone. You can't do everything. You need to understand the places of your strength and you need to understand the place of your weakness and consolidate on your strength area and build on it. The number 3 stage is conscious competence. You know what you know. You can do it. You have the consciousness and you have the capacity to do it. This category of people, they have developed skills. They have developed all that they need to think in doing what they need to do. In doing this, their performance requires focus. All you need to do is to have the focus and to keep continuing to practice until your performance becomes natural, until you are in that state of mastery. You become a master in that field. But at the stage of conscious competence, you're already great. Stage 3. And everyone here today, please listen to me. You need to identify your core areas and begin to build your strength in those core areas. And get to stage 3, where you are having what we call conscious competence. You know what you know. And the number 4 is where we should strive for. This is the ambition that we should go for, where you become unconscious competence. At this point, you are doing it without thinking. Can you imagine John Maxwell? You know, he will be speaking at ease, even when you wake him up. Even when he's making a mistake, in that mistake, he's still communicating. He has become an orator. He has become a leadership in the field of communication. He has become a star. Why? Because he has built mastery over the last 30, 40 years, doing the same thing, communicating averagely once every day to people, to audience, to leaders. So what you have done for over 30 years, you know, it's like a driver, a master that can drive. You know, when you are learning to drive, you have the talent. Over time, you are able to drive. But at the time, there are people that they can even close their eyes to some extent and they will drive and drive well. You know, that's the level of mastering that people have gotten to in that field. And this is where we should get to. Skills are internalized and they are automatic. You perform excellence with ease and intuition at this stage. And you are maintaining growth and you are teaching others to keep learning and to avoid complacency. That's another dangerous challenge in this category. You may get to that point and you feel that you don't need to learn again, because every level you are, there are rooms for learning. Building competence is intentional and it requires clarity, learning, and consistent application. So the question is, how do you gain competency? How do I gain competence? How do you gain competence? I'll run this quickly. Number 1, identify your field of focus. Where is your field? Where is your core area? Where do you want to develop your skills? Where is your next vision? Where are your next goals? For instance, I am a trained finance person. I'm a chartered certified accountant. But I am now beginning to see that in the field of finance, I'm now transitioning into leadership. And I'm beginning to build my capacity in my leadership area. And everything I do now is more around building that core area, because I want to make a statement, a signature as a top leader. And not just in effective leadership, but I'm also becoming a person that can train and coach people on leadership. And so every of my investment now is building capacity in the field of leadership. And just recently, I just got an admission again into my master's in strategic leadership with one of the best private universities in West Africa, which is Competence University. I'm starting a master's program. Why? I have identified a field of focus and I'm building myself into it. And that is what I want you to do. You don't need to get to the point of that complacency and feel that, no, I have arrived. Somebody might be looking at James and say, James, no, I just want to be like James. And James is saying, I'm not there yet. Because there are also people I'm looking up onto that I want to be like. So on daily basis, I'm thinking, I am navigating, what else can I do? What else can I do in building myself in the field of my focus? Where is your focus? Number 2, you must acquire fundamental knowledge in that field. Number 3, in terms of how to build competence in any field, is that you must practice consistently. Learning, acquiring knowledge and not practicing will not help. And this is why in 2026, I'm starting the elevation cycle, growth cycle. It's going to be an in-house mentorship and coaching section for 6 months. Because in that group, we are not just going to be learning, we are going to be applying what we are learning. I'm encouraging many to sign up on it. We are working on all the necessary modalities on that, and the information will be shared sometimes in November. Please save your resources. It's going to cost you some dollars, but I can assure you that it's going to be a transformation. Why? Because we've understood that practicing in your field is critical. Your ability to grow is your ability to put into practice what you're learning. Number 4, seek feedback and mentorship. Very, very important. If you want to gain competence, please find people that will mentor you. Find people that will coach you. And the James Oluwole Leadership is available to also provide you coaching guide and mentorship. Number 5 is reflect and improve. Do you have a reflective season? Do you have a time that you sit and you reassess yourself? These are very critical. Number 6, stay current and keep learning. Never stop learning. That's the secret of greatness. Never stop learning in any field. And number 7, teach others. Don't stop teaching people. Now, what are the signs of a competent person? As we're rounding up, what are the signs of a competent person? How do you know that you're a person of competence? You know them by number 1, they produce consistent and high quality results. A competent person is not by position. A competent person is not by qualification. They may have all the degrees, but if they are not a producer, if they don't achieve results, forget it, they are not competent. Number 2, they solve problems efficiently and creatively. They are problem solvers. So, are you building yourself to become a problem solver? Number 3, they stay calm and professional under pressure. They love to be under pressure. They love to be in a situation when there are tense challenges, because that is when their best comes out. Their best comes out at the period when things are looking and everybody is scared. I have been in that situation where many times, within a system, within my department, within the organization, it's looking tense. And I would apply 1, 2, 3 things, particularly in the areas of financing and budgeting, reviewing and finances. And the management will say, wow, James, how did you do it? Your competence is tested in pressure time, in difficult moments. In the moment that you are under pressure, are you able to make decisions that are right? One of my colleagues yesterday, man, I was like, wow, he took me to another level. You know, he was sharing with me how he has made a decision to take up another bold step in his life. And I was looking at this guy and I was saying, wow. You know, when there are tense challenges, when there are tough moments, are you willing to step up? That is when your competence is tested. Number 4, they accept feedback positively. A person of competence does not like, they are willing to be held accountable. They like to be given feedback. And the next one, they inspire confidence in others. Competence is not a destination, but it is a journey of mastery. You are in a journey. To remain competent, you must keep learning. You must keep evolving, and you must keep practicing. My mentor, John Maxwell, says, if you are still doing today what you did 5 years ago, you are already falling behind. If 5 years ago, the qualification you have is what you still have till today, no improvement, nothing on your job, then something is wrong. You are falling behind. The world has gone behind you. You are just occupying position and with no impact. You are just counting attendance and no value. And this is why you are not being promoted and you are getting angry that they don't like me in the organization. What are you doing to grow yourself? What are you doing to develop your competence level? If you are still doing today what you did 5 years ago, you are already falling behind. Can you wake up? Can you wake up? Enough is enough. For how long are we going to stay in our mediocrity situation? For how long are we going to be complaining that we are not being given opportunity when you are failing to improve yourself? Yes, excuses are there, challenges are there, but what are you doing in growing yourself? What are you doing in developing yourself? Stop the excuse. This is the time for you to keep learning, to keep developing, to understand that competence is a destination. It's not a destination, but it's a journey of mastery. It's a journey to mastery, and you need to build yourself to it. The question is, are you competent enough? Am I competent enough in any field? As a parent, are you competent enough in your leading to your kids? As a teacher, are you competent enough to your students? As a minister, are you competent enough to your followers, to your members? As a leader, as a supervisor, are you competent enough in holding that position and in leading people? As a politician, are you competent enough to hold the office? Or you just have it because you have a friend there? What is your test of your competence level? The world reward not just talent, but competent, backed by discipline, consistency, and continuous improvement. The world does not just reward talent, but it rewards competent people that are backed by discipline, by consistency, and continuous improvement. Incompetence will always cost more than the price of learning. Are you learning? Don't stay in your state of incompetence. When competence is absent, mediocrity becomes normal and excellence becomes impossible. When competence is absent, then mediocrity, you are now living a life of mediocrity. And excellence becomes, when people are asking you to step up, you feel that their own is too much. They are making you, why are they engaging you? And they are doing the best to improve you. You are getting angry rather than appreciating them. We have systems and organizations today that are going down. We have executives, CEOs that are getting frustrated. You know, I was reading the book again, the Making It Big by Femi Otodela, one of the billionaires in Africa, and he was sharing the pain of managing people that are incompetent. Listen, let me tell you, the reason you are stuck is because you are an incompetent person, or you have stayed in a level that you have failed to grow. There is no enemy anywhere. There is no challenge anywhere. We are the enemies of ourselves. We are the one limiting ourselves. Self-inflicted challenges. You are not willing to grow, and you want to take a higher level. You want to get a higher salary, and you are failing to improve yourself. No, it won't work. Every career and professional person must ask. I want you to ask this as you live today. Am I good enough to remain relevant tomorrow? Ask yourself. Am I good enough to remain relevant tomorrow? If there is an opportunity, can they recommend you? If there is a position that is opening in your organization, can you be recommended? If they cannot recommend you, then know for sure that something is wrong. For any student amidst us that you are growing, please, you need to understand the need to building competence in your academics and developing the right relationships with people and networks and good character, so that people can recommend you as a result of your character and integrity. At every phase, if you are finding it difficult to have good network of people, is because these things are missing. These things are missing. And because we are from Africa, many times we feel that there is a cause, there is an ancestor that is fighting our destiny. No, many times we are our problem. We are failing to improve. We are failing to grow. Every career person, ask yourself, am I good enough to remain relevant tomorrow? Am I? James, are you good enough to remain relevant tomorrow? Are you good enough to remain relevant tomorrow? Ask yourself. Every entrepreneur, you are a business owner, you own an organization. You must also evaluate, are we competent enough as a business to stay ahead of the curve, ahead of our competitors? Every business owner, ask yourself this question. Are you competent enough to stay ahead of the curve? Because the fact is this, there are many fashion designers. There are many bake makers. There are many catering services. There are many manufacturing companies, pharmaceutical companies. There are many building contractors. What is the edge? What is the competence that you bring to the market that separates you from the others? What is the niche you have created in the market that makes you stand out, that makes you a person of excellence? Do you know that as a business person? In conclusion, you can't lead where you don't know. You cannot lead where you don't know. You can't teach what you don't understand. And you can't give what you don't have. Competence gives you the right to lead. I take that again. You can't lead where you don't know. You can't teach where you don't understand, what you don't understand. And you can't give what you don't have. Competence gives you the right to lead. The measure of your success as a leader is not in the number of the people that are following you. No. It is in the number of the people following those that are following you. So stop bothering yourself about the content creators that are showing their nudity, that they are showing their fake lives, and they are having millions of followers, and you think that they are great. Let those people start a genuine business and see if they will have those followers. The reason people are following them is because people are carried away with those fake lives. But when they themselves get into serious business, they cannot have those number of followers. Why? Because they lack the competency. They lack the credibility for people to do serious business with them. See, build yourself. Forget the crowd. The measure of your leadership is in improving your leadership ability of the people that are following you. It is lack of competence that makes you feel that when you empower people under you, they will make you irrelevant at your field. It's because you have a competence mentality. Why would you not want to build people under you? Why would you not want the people in your under your department to take up your position? It's because you lack competence. You are scared that when they know your job, they will take the job. I've seen many supervisors misbehaving, taking advantage and becoming the laws over position. You are proceeding on leave and nobody can do your work. You are a failure. I'm sorry, I care less of your position. If nobody can replace you, then you are failed. Because your ability to become great is your ability to be replaceable in that position. Why? Because you're also moving ahead. Why do you want to hold yourself at a particular position and remain there and die there? No, that's a state of incompetence. When you feel insecure, when someone is doing something good in your field, you lack true competence and integrity. Why should somebody be doing something good and you feel uncomfortable? No, it shouldn't be. Why should somebody be building excellence rather than you to connect, collaborate, and engage? You are rather angry. No, it should not be. I conclude again by the story from Elon Musk. I listened to this just recently. In the words of Elon Musk, he said, people always ask him to share the secret, how he became a billionaire. How did he build rockets? How did he build electric cars and AI? And how had he not gone insane in building and managing this? How did Elon Musk become a billionaire? Managing all of this. And he said, there is no any complicated formula or crazy wisdom. There is no. He says the truth is that he was a kid when he was in South Africa and his mother said something that changed his entire life. His mom said, Elon, live as if you have a sign, as if you have to sign your name under everything you do. Elon, live as if you have to sign your name under everything you do, because that signature should be a guarantee of your best efforts. This statement guided Elon Musk and guided his whole life. A statement he felt was completely worthless when his mom told him as a kid. That same statement happened to provide the greatest value of his life. More than the physics textbooks, more than any business advices. Live every day of your life with the best effort to the point that your signature will become a mark that people will ever follow. Do you have a signature? When we pull your records, will you feel proud about the past works you have done for that organization? Will you feel proud about the people that you have raised? And when you look back and look at them, can you feel proud about them? What signature are you signing on today for your better tomorrow? The principle shapes how Elon Musk worked, how he built companies, and his ability to push things forward. Imagine everything you did had your name forever. The emails you sent, the designs you made, the code you wrote, your daily decisions. Imagine they have your signatures. Once you know that your signature is on it and it can't be erased, will you give it your best shot, or will you do things anyhow? Never cut corners when you fail. Your name is your brand. Thank you. Let's take questions. Okay. So when you have a situation where people lack competence and they don't like feedback, now look at the stages in the competence model that we shared. We have 4 stages, and these individuals they fall into 2 stages. You see, the reality is this, that we need to be objective with ourselves. And if you look at the lives of people, and the reason we're sharing this model is you know that this is going to help you to understand people and to understand what category they fall, so that you place them in that category. And in doing that, then you are able to now engage them to see if they can learn, if they can improve, if they need to work on themselves, because many people are failing in this. Now, that category of people, they are those that are either unconscious incompetence, or they are conscious incompetence. They are not willing to take feedback. And unfortunately, many people are in this category. That's the challenge. So the best you can do is that to let the person acknowledge this in them. That look, this is the state you are. And we need you to understand that you just need to improve yourself. You need to understand that you need to grow yourself. You need to become the best of you. You need to change who you are becoming so that you can have the best of you. So we need to keep reminding them and telling them the truth, even when they don't like it. These people need honest feedback. They need that feedback. Even when they don't like it, you still need to keep your position with them, reminding them the need for them to improve. Thank you. I want to thank everyone for our time this evening. I believe you had value again today. Please, I would like you to drop on comment section if this is providing you value. I will appreciate to see that on your chat, just to see that we are adding value to you and we are not wasting your time. Thank you so much for your time today. We have a good number of people also on WhatsApp that have joined, and also a good number of people on Zoom. We want to thank everyone. And in 2 weeks' time, I think on November 9, we should be having the part 2 of this. And in that part 2, I'm going to be addressing the number 4 key pillar to greatness, which is loyalty. And we are also going to look at the interconnection between competence, integrity, character, and loyalty. Please, this is not a section you should miss. And if you've been going through all of my teachings, you're going to see that I'm strongly building on principles, because I have realized that these are the critical things we need in our lives. As much as strategies are key, as much as we need to gain masteries, we need to gain skills, but there are core fundamentals that many of us we are missing, and it's affecting us. Check your business. And many people have engaged them. Many businesses have engaged them. The reason your business is not growing is because you have not built your business on these values. You've not built your business on character, on integrity. You've not built your business on competence. You've not built your business to be the best. And that is the reason. So the people you employ, you are employing people that are not even up to that, because that is the mindset that you created from the beginning. So these sections I am engaging on this section so that we can begin to prepare ourselves and address the fundamentals, because we cannot begin to speak about wealth. We cannot begin to speak about investment in and opportunities and resilience and other areas. Thinking about top leadership and strategic and planning and all of those things. If we are missing on the core fundamentals, we need to build it, because when those foundations are built and it is built strongly, it's going to be the bedrock that you can use to continue your growth in life. So please, let's go back and listen to this teaching. And as I said, let's keep improving. Don't stop learning. Don't stop adding value. Is someone raising his hand? Is there a hand raise? Not sure. Okay, and for the sake of time, I want to thank everyone for the opportunity joining us today. It's been a great pleasure. And please plan 2026 in January for the Elevation Growth Cycle. It's going to be a mentorship program for 6 months on a weekly basis, a coaching session. We're going to be building on different areas, and I can guarantee to you is not a program you would want to miss. Keep saving, keep investing. I've just told you now that also I have secured my master's program last week. For those of you on the James Oluwole Leadership and also my friends on Facebook, you saw me sharing another qualification certification I had in CPA IFRS Island certification. So we keep learning, we keep building ourselves. I'm starting a strategic leadership masterclass, master's program with Covenant University because I want to keep growing. And that's my encouragement to everyone. Please don't stop improving. Don't stop growing yourself. Thank you again, and have a great evening and a great week ahead. Thank you.